Facebook launches I Prayed button and other new prayer services. In 2017, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg stated that the company would focus on religion and religious communities for a quote unquote faith partnership. In December 2020, Facebook started rolling out its I Prayed button tool for Facebook groups in the United States. In June 2021, Hillsong, a global megachurch organization, opened its new church in Atlanta, Georgia. Before the church's opening, Sam Collier, Hillsong's senior pastor, received an offer from Facebook where they would be allowed to use Hillsong's followers in a case study on how Facebook can better help churches. Facebook's plan is not just to offer a prayer tool, but to become an online quote unquote home to these religious communities. With the coming of the big global disease, Nona Jones, the head of faith partnerships with Facebook, said that they've ramped up the work on the prayer products, which include the I Prayed button.
What?
Yes.
Wait, so how does this work? Is this just a button, or there's a group, or like what is this and why?
So they are pilot testing a new feature that is only available to groups, not just someone's wall. So only available to groups in the United States, who they seem to offer this maybe on a one-on-one basis. I'm not sure exactly how certain groups get this tool, but a global megachurch organization like Hillsong was offered this tool from Facebook itself. I think I found this like pretty funny because I interpreted or perceived this as Facebook trying to get in on the stop, share if you love Jesus Christ, like content cycle, you know, like it's so, I find it to be kind of cynical personally. It's very obvious to a lot of people, including many faith leaders who were interviewed regarding this new topic, this new tool, that it is just for monetary reasons because they get a lot of traffic off of these things. It's a business decision, basically, because of the big global disease. So many religious communities had to move online to streaming their services online. And this is kind of another way to make Facebook, like they said, a home for these religious communities. It just seems, and to many other religious people who were asked about this, they said it, well, there was this one pastor from Tennessee who like called Facebook evil, but was like, maybe some good can still come out of this. Because they find that it's impossible for you to still have the same relationship, you know, with your fellowship remotely, because you don't get the holy goosebumps in the same way when someone clicks I prayed for you versus being in a prayer circle. It's just very interesting, and I just interpret it as just a business decision, a marketing decision.
I actually support this.
I'm gonna hypothesize why.
Why?
Is it because it demonstrates how vacuous just like thoughts and prayers are?
Wow, that was one of my 3 points. Great guess. Great job. How do you know? I didn't know. You didn't know me too well. Yeah, actually, that's like a great, you know, how ridiculous this is. Like, it's just, I mean, the fact that you press a button and then you show that you prayed, it's just like a very powerful way to demean and also indicate how much of a nothing this whole I prayed for you is. Like, it just demonstrates it's kind of like this could be satire, but it's actually real news. The fact that some religious activity is so ridiculous that this could have been satire, but it's actually real news. It just helps us push forward the idea of like, look, this is just religious activities, just demonstrating how ridiculous they are. It's just like kind of doing our activism for us, right? That's one reason why I support it. Also, I mean, you can't be angry at Facebook. I mean, this is a demand out there. They're in the business of providing services for the demand that is there, so they're going to provide the services that they think people want, right? So I mean, you can't be, but that's not one of my reasons. That's just like people want to be angry at Facebook for this. I just don't see that for any reason for us being angry at Facebook, right? And another reason why I support this is because, you know, in certain countries and in certain communities, you see you go look in the comment section, you're trying to see what people are saying, and it's about something, I don't know, it's about some people, it's about a disease or something bad happening or something good happening, and then the entire comment section has been taken over by amens, or like let Jesus heal the land, or like I believe and it's just like, it's such a goddamn mess, and you're just scrolling and
In
scrolling.
Jeebus's name.
No, it's just like can I see what they're like? Can I see some interesting comments? I'm just trying to see like some pushback or some commentary, and you just scroll and scroll and scroll, and you just see prayer emoji. It's just like, okay, this is like, I'm not getting anything out of this, right? So if there is eventually like a button, like, I know this is only for groups, but if this is rolled out to other countries and everywhere, where everybody could just like press that prayer button, so I could just leave the comment section alone. So just like press that prayer button, so actually I could like make the comment section more productive. Maybe that's a good thing, right? And the third reason why I think that this might be a good thing is because I actually believe that at some point anti-atheist discrimination is going to get some attention, and eventually we're going to be able to like highlight the fact that, okay, so you did this for religious people, that this doesn't seem like a platform for non-religious people, like then like pushing for making it apparent, like having things to point to for like, well, you're making religious people seem welcome. What have you done to make these places also welcome for non-religious people? Then we could use these as a counterpoint to actually ask for meaningful things, right? So they get their prayer button, but we could actually, like, what do we get? We could actually push for like, can you not ban people? Like, it would be for like criticizing, religion. Like, I think like maybe eventually this will give us a whole bunch of things to point out to show like, okay, fine, give them the prayer button, but make these environments also friendly to non-religious people, and then we could ask for actually meaningful things that makes our lives better on these platforms, right? Eventually, I don't know, maybe that it will lead to that. So those are the reasons why I actually support this. What do you think?
And I totally understand. To be fair, I'm not sure what an atheist or secular equivalent to a service like this would be, or like,
Yep.
what would be
not service.
Huh?
Just like not ban us. Don't ban us for like saying we don't like Islam, right? Not like we could push for like some sort of kind of some sort of like request, but instead of asking for like a feature like this, we would just be like, maybe like make this, change the community standard. Same. Yeah. Don't ban us if we say like, if we make fun of Islam or Christianity or something. Oh, Christianity, we don't get banned. But if we make fun of Hinduism or Islam or something like that, like, just let us have our opinions.
We have some funny comments in the live chat. Retarded Skeptic is saying, wow, now my prayers can actually reach them. God couldn't hear the prayers until this update. And he's also saying, we need an stuck for a law button for all the haram on Facebook.
No, like, if you are actually one of the religious people that sees this as a positive, do you actually, like, how does that work theologically? Like, do you really think, like, I don't know, Jesus is like looking at the people who are praying, clicking on the prayer button, and he's like, yay, I like this? Like, is that actually, like, does that actually work within your philosophical understanding of your religion? Does that, like, I mean, it's just so hard to, do people even think about these things?
About trying to create a virtual sense of fellowship, because I know the fellowship is one of the most important aspects to religious people, especially Christians, but I mean, that's just the environment I grew up in and that I'm most familiar with, how Christian fellowships work. So I think they're trying to kind of create a replacement of that. But a lot of religious leaders also had various concerns about the data that Facebook is accruing through these things, and like how would it be exploited, if it's going to be safe for religious minorities, for example. Which, yeah.
And I don't know, a lot of these people are also thinking that, like, you know, these people in charge are like godless heathens that are maybe like anti-God people, and maybe this is a way for them to collect to see who's for God, because those are their enemies, right?
Well, they think a lot worse about Zuckerberg in particular that I can't say on YouTube.
So they might actually be thinking. Yeah, okay, so never mind. We're not even going to talk about it. The more you're liked, the more you're blessed. If you don't like me enough on Facebook, you'll rot in hell.
Yeah, on that note, you guys should like this stream.
Yeah, okay. By the way, guys, like, I don't promise you any divine blessings or anything like that, but it helps us. Isn't that enough? It helps our channel. So and yeah.
I thought it was interesting that Facebook also decided to reach out to Hillsong specifically, because Hillsong is going through multiple sex scandals right now, some including abuse. And there are accusations that it is a full-on cult.
So why would they pick that as the first people who get the prayer thing?
Well, they weren't the first, but they recently reached out to them to help them with their new community, building their new community in Atlanta. But yes, Armin, that is an excellent question.
Is it because that they have a giant group or something? Is that it? Like, maybe
they're one of the they're a huge global congregation.
There you go. Nothing. Well, it's just business. That's what it is. Anyway.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of Blasphemy and Sexy Callie, like me, then you need to be sure to subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below. Because if you subscribe, we will send you a free copy of our Blasphemous Art ebook. And let me tell you, it is the tastiest blasphemy that you can find anywhere available today. And we are so generous with our blasphemy that we continue to send you more blasphemy every week. So make sure to subscribe, link in the description below.